I want to talk about the steps you need to know when you're buying a car. And recently, I covered very heavily new cars. I want to talk about where most of the marketplace is, and that's used vehicles. And I recently read data that a third of car buyers are doing something you absolutely should never do when you're buying a new vehicle. So somewhere 75-80% of vehicles are used vehicles, because the cost of new vehicles, even though they've come down quite a bit from their COVID peak, they're still crazy amount of money. And most people either won't spend it or can't afford the cost of a new vehicle. The used vehicle market went crazy during COVID, where prices went up 60%, 60% for the average used vehicle, because of distortions that happened because of the issues that happened at Avis, Enterprise, and Hertz. Weirdly, the car rental industry is what had so much to do with demolishing the used vehicle market. There were other factors as well, but it was crazy what happened. So the used vehicle prices are on a steady downturn, and the new vehicle prices are on a downturn, but not as deep and steep, because they don't have as far to fall as the used vehicle prices do. So I said that a third of people are doing something absolutely horrific for their wallets. But survey data shows that 1 in 3 people going to buy a vehicle do no research and go straight to a car dealer. Okay, so I want you to think about that. Obviously, if you heard my podcast recently on buying a new car, you know about all the pricing data that's available and the ways to shop online, and that all you're really doing at a dealer is doing a test drive and taking delivery of a vehicle. If you do everything right, you're doing everything else online. Used cars, that works differently. And remember, this is most of the market is the used vehicle purchaser. But with a used car purchase, what you want to know is that each used car has a history. And many times that history is not going to be great. So it's up to you to follow the steps that I've found work over time. If you don't like my steps, somebody else, because there are lots of guides to how to buy a used car, but I love what we have for you at Clark.com. But we've distilled it down into a methodical process of 10 steps you should do when you're buying a used vehicle. And number 1 is the one thing that used vehicle buyers virtually never, ever do. And that is arrange their financing in advance. Overwhelmingly, used vehicle buyers do financing at the dealer. And dealers of used vehicles are expert at driving massive profits through the dealership, through writing the loans and marking them up. So they might wholesale the money at, let's say your credit is okay but not outstanding. They might wholesale the money at 8% and tell you, oh man, it's been so hard to get that money for you. I mean, I've tried lender after lender. I can't believe it, though. I was able to get you a rate below 20%. I was able to get you 18.9%. Now, remember, they wholesaled it at 8%. They're charging you 18.9 and acting like they're your hero. Don't let this happen to you. Very first step when you're buying a vehicle, and I've said it before about new, it's even more critical with used. Arrange your financing in advance with a credit union, a local bank, an online lender, but normally credit union is going to be the cheapest. The one place you don't want to go is one of the big banks because they're going to rip you off on an auto loan. So arrange that financing ahead of time. And then start researching the vehicles that are in your funnel. What's your funnel? It's the brands, the models that you're excited by. Because I could tell you all day long that the best used whatever, best used midsize SUV is blah, blah, blah. But if you're not interested in that brand, that's not going to mean anything to you. It's got to be the vehicles that make your list are the ones that speak to you. I know that's a weird thing to say. If you're not a car person, you don't care, you just want transportation, then you do my stuff where you make sure you're buying the most reliable. But first you start with your funnel. And then you research them online. You want to look at Consumer Reports and see the ones that have been the most reliable used vehicles are the ones that are on your funnel list. You want to research their values online. Because if you go to a used vehicle dealer, they're going to have a price on that vehicle. And except for CarMax or Carvana, where it's an already transparent, clear price, they're going to have a fake price on that. And they're going to try to fake you out when they're trying to sell you one at $8,000 more than it's worth. And then they say, oh, well, I mean, if you'll buy it today, we'll mark it down $4,000. And you think you stole a deal and you're paying $4,000 above what fair market value is for that thing. So you got to do your homework. And with your phone with you, because people sleep with their phones now. They're with you all the time. You're able to look at real-time data when you're at a dealer after already having done your research, and you're able to see, wait. Edmunds says that's actually retail value for that vehicle is this, that, or the other, not what you're saying. Arm yourself with research. Shop around online. Contact the seller. And check the vehicle history report. If that vehicle's been in a bad accident and they're not disclosing it to you, they don't have to. You want to know. If it's got a bad history that's clear from a title report, you're done. But even if it passes that, once you've made a deal, always make it subject to you having it checked by a mechanic of your choosing. With CarMax and Carvana, you take delivery and then you have it checked out. And if it doesn't pass the mechanic's test, you take it back, they give you your money back. With others, they don't have those friendly return policies for a refund. So you have to make part of the purchase that you're having the vehicle checked out by a mechanic of your choosing. Be very aware as you're negotiating prices. They may try to slip in all kinds of extras that you didn't ask for, you don't want. Etching the VIN number on a window, selling you some kind of paint protection package, selling you some kind of piece of garbage extended warranty on the vehicle. Remember, the only extension of a warranty you can trust is one from the manufacturer of that brand itself, not any third-party paper. Usually it's not even worth the paper it's printed on. So know this and look at our full guide when you're buying a used vehicle to make sure you get it right. And you know what's interesting? What? The longest information pods I ever do are always about cars.
I know.
Why is that?
Well, it is a complicated process.
And once you buy one, particularly used, you're stuck with it.
Yeah, even if they lied to you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they're allowed. If you read the white label on a used vehicle, it even says on there that the dealer is free. They say it in government speak, but the dealer is free to lie to you, tell you anything they want to tell you. And you have to know you can't rely on anything you are told. All that matters is there will be an X through something that says, as is, no warranty. Even if it's checked with warranty, You need to know the terms of that. Is that 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Is it multiple years? And what does it cover? Because know the truth is not required under the law of a car salesperson.